Our beautiful rivers are under threat. 86% of them are in poor health, and agriculture is one of the main causes. It's not just a problem for environmentalists and anglers, it's a problem for every taxpayer, because pollution and flooding cost the country billions. Agriculture contributes to pollution of our rivers and increases flood risk, yet taxpayers subsidise agriculture to the tune of £2.3 billion a year in England and Wales. When it rains on badly managed farms, soil is washed off the fields. That soil and all the pesticides and fertilisers used on it flow into ditches and streams and eventually out to sea. On average, soil is being lost at 10 times the rate it's being created. Soil kills the plants and animals that live in our rivers and streams. The sediment suspended in the water starves plants of light and smothers fish eggs and insect life by clogging up the spaces between gravel particles on the bed of the river. Without these spaces, fish such as salmon, trout, barbel and chub have nowhere to lay their eggs. Excessive soil and water runoff causes flooding of homes and businesses and blocks up culverts and roadside drains. It heaps extra costs on water companies and drives up water bills. Soil loss is estimated to cost at least £1.2 billion a year in England and Wales. In the past, incentives and poor regulations have caused a disconnect between our agricultural and environmental policies. That disconnect has led to widespread unsustainable farming practices. So now we must seize the opportunity to turn this around. Make taxpayers' money work better for farmers and the environment. What's needed is a foundation of clear regulations that are enforced firmly but fairly to create a level playing field. There needs to be an expert advice service to help farmers along the way towards more environmentally sensitive farming practices.
The best way to improve soils is to look after them and not let them get into a detrimental state, either through excess runoff, poor cropping, thin soils, lack of attention to detail in terms of managing what we do to the crops.
What I'm trying to do is a multi-pronged approach really regarding my soil management, to slow the water down that hits the soil surface, to capture any sediment that is actually then moving across the soil surface, and also to capture any nutrient loss that would have ended up going from my soils, my land, down into the water and then through down into the river basin.
We are keeping our watercourses as clean as possible by using these buffer strips. They act as a barrier to stop any leaching of valuable nutrients and phosphate. Any soil runoff is prevented, hopefully. We're just taking all measures either side of the watercourse to keep our watercourses clean. We can get higher yields from all of our crops, especially potatoes. It's just keeping our soils in better health, better heart, so we've got improved farm productivity.
Having a healthy environment doesn't mean stopping growing food. In fact, a sustainable approach is vital to protect our children's ability to grow food in the future. In many cases, we just need to adopt new farming practices, but research shows that we do need to change land use as well. In some high-risk areas, we need to convert from growing crops to permanent grassland. In others, we need to create new woodlands and wetlands to protect the soil and our rivers better. Analysis in the southwest of England indicates that if only 7% of land was changed in this way, meeting river health targets would be more achievable. The map shows areas for strategic land use change where intensively farmed areas, shown in red, and areas that could deliver significant ecosystem benefits, shown in blue, overlap. But this doesn't mean that farmers would lose out. They could be paid to manage land for environmental and public benefit. Current subsidies could be used to pay for land use change in high-risk areas, which would help reduce pollution and flooding. With careful design, land use change can deliver multiple benefits. For example, planting and appropriately managing woodland in key locations can stabilise soils, reduce flooding, and provide habitats for a huge range of flora and fauna. It can also lock up carbon and provide a host of recreational opportunities for the tourism and leisure industry. With the right support, farmers are willing to rethink how they manage their land for future generations. Many are already doing so, but they need to see others following their lead.
For every 1% increase in soil organic matter level across my 400-acre farm, I can actually capture 10,000 tonnes of carbon out of the atmosphere, which has to be a massive benefit for everybody.
So if we don't want our name to be mud, let's stop our rich British soil from being washed away. We have a golden opportunity to guide the management of our countryside for the benefit of farmers, the environment and the public. We have the chance to realise the vision set out in the 25-year Environment Plan and to leave the environment in a better state for the next generation. So let's seize the opportunity while we can.